We had a couple who has been active in this training for both years. And one of their stories is that after, again, one of the initial trainings, the husband came home and said, after listening to this and everything else, we have to tithe. And it was just amazing. And then he shares that message, and he's ended up being someone now on our Synod stewardship team as an ongoing resource. But his story is about how being a part of this training made him take a whole new look at how they were giving towards the work of the church.
When I first started on staff as a Synod stewardship specialist, I'd get lots of calls late in the year from congregations saying, our budget doesn't look very good, it's going to be a rough year. And I'd go in and have conversations with these faithful folks in congregations, stewards, folks who care deeply about their congregation and about God. And I'd say, well, why are you doing this? Why does it matter? Why does this church matter? And it would take us a little while, but eventually we would get to the point of them saying it matters because people know Jesus through us and through this place. So the evolution in our synod has been, it goes from not about money for a budget, not about money to pay the bills, but it's that money's place in the church is to build disciples and so that people can know Jesus. What I'm excited about the Macedonia project for the ELCA is that it invites new ideas. It invites us to think about what has worked in the past, what we hope for in the future, and how we can be church best to help people know Jesus, and that generosity is one of the ways that that'll happen.
God is a God of relationship, and sin is when that relationship is broken. And stewardship comes from that relationship. Giving comes from that connection with each other and with God. And then rather than it's, being a thing of the law, a thing that is there to condemn or to say how we're broken or to put us to death, it's a thing of the good news, the gospel. It helps us give life, and it helps us to be alive when we do that. And I think that's a little bit of a shift. I think in our church we often try to use stewardship as the law, as you need to do this because otherwise you're a bad person, or you should be ashamed of yourself. Instead of saying, hey, this is a joyous occasion. This is a gift that God has given you, and opening with that. I think that's a different shift. It's a big shift.